In Gwinnett County, Georgia, as well as throughout the state of Georgia, the conduct of attorneys is governed by the Georgia Rules of Professional Conduct and enforced by the State Bar of Georgia. Here's a breakdown of the key elements related to attorney conduct and the disciplinary process in Georgia. 1. Georgia Rules of Professional Conduct. The Georgia Rules of Professional Conduct are the primary source of regulation for attorney behavior. These rules are part of the State Bar of Georgia's governing documents and are modeled on the American Bar Association's Model Rules of Professional Conduct. They cover various aspects of ethical behavior expected from attorneys in Georgia, including client relations, rules related to confidentiality, competence, diligence, communication, and the handling of client funds. Conflicts of interest, provisions that require attorneys to avoid representing conflicting interests without informed consent. Honesty and integrity, rules that require attorneys to act with honesty in their dealings with clients, courts, and the public. Court conduct, attorneys must maintain professionalism and integrity in their interactions with the court and during litigation. Fiduciary duties, rules on handling client funds and ensuring they are kept in proper trust accounts, IALTE accounts. Attorneys practicing in Gwinnett County and elsewhere in Georgia must adhere to these rules. Hatter 2. State Bar of Georgia. The State Bar of Georgia is responsible for regulating and disciplining attorneys in the state. It oversees the professional conduct of attorneys and enforces the Georgia Rules of Professional Conduct. The State Bar handles complaints, investigates allegations of misconduct, and conducts disciplinary proceedings. Ethics Division. This division of the State Bar handles complaints about attorney misconduct and investigates potential violations of the professional conduct rules. Disciplinary Board. This board conducts formal disciplinary hearings and recommends sanctions for attorneys found guilty of violating the rules. Disciplinary process. The process for addressing attorney misconduct in Gwinnett County, as in all of Georgia, follows a structured path. Filing a complaint. Anyone can file a complaint against an attorney with the State Bar of Georgia. Complaints may be submitted by clients, fellow attorneys, judges, or other individuals who believe the attorney has violated ethical standards. Investigation. Once a complaint is filed, the State Bar's Office of the General Counsel investigates the allegations. This may involve requesting records, interviewing witnesses, and reviewing relevant information. Review by the investigative panel. After the investigation, the matter is presented to an investigative panel of the State Disciplinary Board. If the panel finds merit in the complaint, formal charges may be filed against the attorney. Formal hearing. If the charges are serious, a formal hearing is conducted. The hearing is similar to a court trial where both sides present evidence and arguments. Sanctions. If the attorney is found guilty of misconduct, sanctions can include reprimand, public or private, fines, suspension of the attorney's license, disbarment, permanent revocation of the right to practice law. Appeals. Attorneys have the right to appeal any disciplinary decision to higher authorities, including the Supreme Court of Georgia. 4. Common types of misconduct. Some common forms of attorney misconduct that can lead to disciplinary actions include negligence or incompetence, failing to represent a client diligently or competently, conflicts of interest, representing a client while having conflicting obligations or personal interests, misuse of client funds, commingling client funds with personal funds, or misappropriating client money, fraud or dishonesty, engaging in fraudulent activities, either in representation or in dealings with the court. Criminal behavior. Attorneys who are convicted of certain crimes may also face disciplinary action from the State Bar. Half 5. Georgia Supreme Court oversight. The Supreme Court of Georgia holds ultimate authority over attorney discipline in the state. Any disciplinary action taken by the State Bar can be appealed to the Georgia Supreme Court, which can review the case and issue a final ruling on whether an attorney should be disbarred, suspended, or face other sanctions. Resources for reporting for attorney misconduct. To file a complaint, individuals can visit the State Bar of Georgia's website and access the Attorney Discipline Office. The complaint forms and instructions for filing complaints are readily available. The Office of the General Counsel of the State Bar is responsible for investigating and prosecuting misconduct. Conclusion. In Gwinnett County, Georgia, attorney misconduct is governed by the Georgia Rules of Professional Conduct and overseen by the State Bar of Georgia. Attorneys must adhere to ethical standards related to client relationships, courtroom behavior, and the handling of funds. Misconduct complaints can be reported to the State Bar, which will investigate and potentially impose sanctions ranging from reprimands to disbarment.